Hello everyone, my name is Deepa. I am from Annamacharya Institute of Technology and Science, Rajampeta. Welcome to the demo video of my Salesforce CRM project. The title name of my project is to supply leftover food to poor. I have a built an app called Food Connect to help me with all this work. I would like to give a quick overview of the project. Every day, over 1 million people go to bed hungry while more than a tons of food is wasted. That's where Food Connects comes in. Our goal was simple to build a centralized platform that collects information about leftover food, gathers volunteers, and streamlines food distribution using Salesforce tools and automation. The key objectives of this project addresses the food wastage and hunger, improves coordination and efficiency. Here we have several steps to do this whole project. So we will go through the first step now. So firstly, we need to create a Salesforce developer account. For that, we have to go to the website. In that page, a pop-up will occur where we have to fill our details. After completing the filling, as we click next, we will get a mail from the verification of the account and reset of the password. After you are done with that, you will be directed to the home page of the Salesforce website. Moving on to the second step. Second step is the object creation. Object in Salesforce are like database tables that store specific type of data which we all know. So in this project we create a 5 different types of object. The first one is the venue object is used to find out the location. Second is the drop off point which gives a dropping of the drop off location of that objects. The drop off point object captures delivery locations and includes a lookup relations to the venue object. Establish a clear connection between the source and the destination. Third is the task. What type of task we are doing? Are we taking the food or donating the food? The task object represents the type of activity, whether food is being collected or delivered, and connects to volunteers and execution details, helping to track assigned responsibilities. Fourth is the volunteers, which help us to gather the volunteers. Fifth is the execution details. It contains each and every details of what we have done and what we are going to do. The execution details object functions as a complete logs of activities and uses master details relationships with venue, drop-off point, and the task to provide a unified view of each food distribution operation. These relationships continuously ensure that all the data is interlinked and organized and easy to monitor within a Salesforce platform, allowing the structured data connections and seamless information flow between records. And the third step is the tabs. Tabs are user interface elements that allows users to access objects, apps, and many more. Here in the quick find box, which we can search for the tabs, select them and create custom tab for each objects we created earlier. Now moving on to the next fourth step, that is the Lightning app builder, which allows us to create custom apps and web pages in Salesforce. To to this we go to the quick find box, search for Lightning app builder, select new and create a custom web page that later serves as a home page of the Food Connect application. Following this, the next step involves working with relationship field which link to the one object to another, much like columns in a database that define how records relate. In my project, I used two types of relationship field, master details and lookup relationships. These were implemented across key custom objects such as venue, drop off point, task, and execution details. The venue object stores details about food collection locations and is linked to both drop off point and execution details through relationship fields to map where food is collected and how it's processed. The drop off point object captures delivery locations and includes a lookup relationship to the venue object, establishing a clear connection between the source and destination. The task object represents the type of activity, whether the food is being connected between the source and a destination, collected or delivered, and connects to the volunteers and execution details, helping to the track assigned responsibilities. The execution details object functions as a complete log of activities and uses master detail relationship with the venue, drop off point, and task to provide a unified view of each food distribution operation. These relations these relationships collectively ensures that all data is interlinked and organized and easy to monitor within the Salesforce platform, allowing structured data connections and seamless information flow between records. In my project, the next step is the a flow is generally flow a generally is a flow is a generally an automation tool that lets you collect data and make decision and perform actions without writing any code. In this code we use flow builder, screen flows and etc. In my project we have created a flow called venue form, in which we add venue details and create a record flow in them. We add the required fields like name, contact number, mail, ID and etc. At the last we get the output as a venue form with the empty field where we can add the details. And next are the triggers. A trigger in general is a piece of Apex code that runs automatically before or after cut certain events like records insertion, updation and deletion, etc. Here we use a small piece of code that is related to the drop off point. This triggers calculates the distance from the current location to the drop off location. After writing the triggers, do not forget to save it. This is the main point. Next is the profiles. Profiles in the users generally define the user's permissions of what they can see or do or access. Here we providing general access to write the data and see it, but we cannot modify the previous data. In my project only the users can see the data and access the data, but they cannot change the data. Next is the users. If we all know what is an user is anyone who can log into the system, but before logging in everyone must have a user account. Here I have created 3 users, namely Isha, NSS and one more, which is based on the information provided by the project guidelines. We can create many more users based on that. Now next is the public groups. Public groups in general are a collection of users. We group them together to gain sharing rules, etc. Here I have grouped all the users that we have created in the previous user step. Next are the report types. Report types different which objects and fields to be used. Here we create custom reports types where the admins can include the required objects and fields. The reports type what we created here is the venue with the drop off point. Sharing rules allows you to automatically grant records access to users based on criteria like role, public, etc. Here we created 3 rules mentioning 3 criteria for the distance field, which we can see on the screen. Next is the home page, which is the last step. The last step is the creation of the home page of the Food Connect app. In this we can combine the dashboards and flows to see the final output, and after the final output shows we can see the venue form and all the 3 dashboards pictures which we have included in the first 2 dashboards. We can see the data which we will updated regularly. And next is the small logos. In place of logos we can also add the day-to-day work, and what we all have done for now, we will do a sample testing. We just include the sample data. We will give all the details that are asked and refresh the page, like we fill the all the venue form data and refresh the page. Then we select the data which we have recently filled and fill the drop off point data and save it, and click on the button called next. We will select the task file and then save it at least. After completing everything, refresh the whole page and we can see the output as the data has been updated, the data has been changed, and we can include the more points. I would like to conclude by saying that in the Salesforce CRM project we have used many things, from creating custom objects and automating business logic through flows and triggers to build dynamic dashboards and securing the data with profiles and sharing rules. This is the low code solution and ensure efficiently but also brings an impact. So I am going to end this video here, and Finally, I would like to say thank you for everyone for giving me this opportunity to share my experience in in this